Hi everyone, it's Father Ed. Today we're going to look at modifying a 3D file. We can use either VCarve Pro or we can use Aspire. I'm going to be using Aspire, but VCarve Pro will accomplish much of what we want to do today. So both users of VCarve Pro and Aspire might want to watch this video. It's around 5 minutes, so let's get started. We're going to create a new file. We're going to go to job setting. We're going to use a piece of stock that is 10 inches wide, 14 inches high, and 4/4 stock that has been planed down to 0.8125. Click on OK. We're going to go down to the modeling tab and we're going to import a 3D file, an STL file. And we're going to find that file that we're going to import is significantly larger than what we want to create. So we'll need to resize it. The file, here's the file. It is a deer scene, and it's close to 400 inches wide. We're going to change that to 8 inches wide. That gives it a height of under 12 inches and a depth of under a half an inch. We apply it, go down to the bottom, put it on the bottom, and click OK. Now that file, resized, will be imported into our work. Okay, that's what it looks like on our board. We're going to have a double view. We're going to see the file. And what I would like to do is, there's two things I'd like to show you, is how we can modify it to give it better detail. This particular file, we double click on it and we see that the height of it, or the depth, is only less than 4 inches. I want a little bit finer detail, more detail to this. And quite frankly, if we modify this just a little bit, it can be the difference between a good carve and an outstanding carve. So I'm going to change this depth to 3/4 of an inch, or 0.75. Now watch what happens. The depth, it comes alive. It just is a little bit more detail. And that can make all the difference in the world. I'm going to pick close. And what I'd like to do with this file is I'd like to add a clock in here around where this tree is. I've already got the clock to be inserted into this file once it is carved. So the manufacturer of the clock told me that there is a particular size hole that we need in order to insert it. So we're going to go to the drawing tab, and the size that the manufacturer of the clock told me is 2.375. So I'm going to create a circle. Close that up. I'm going to highlight the circle, and I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to move it to where I want the clock to be. So that's where I want the clock to be. So now the idea is that we need to get rid of this area inside the file so that we can insert the clock. And it's a wonderful, easy thing to do. We hold the space key down, the shift key down, excuse me, and we click on the circle. Go over to this tool that says Trim Selected Objects to a Boundary. Click on that. We want to clear the inside. So I'm going to click this, but watch over here. Watch what happens when I clear. The hole is created for the insert in the clock. Close it. For you guys and gals who are using VCarve Pro, that's it. Go to work. Create your toolpaths, and you can create this plaque with a clock insert. For the Aspire users, let's take it one step further. I want to create a little shelf for this clock to rest on. So I'm going to go back to the drawing tab. I'm going to go down to offset and layout, and I'm going to offset this circle by 1/4 of an inch, and it's going to be outward. So I click offset, and now we have two circles on our file. We have an inside and an outside. I'm going to click on both of them, and then I'm going to go to the modeling tool, and I'm going to create a shape that is flat, 1/2 inch above the bottom. Apply. And what happens over here is I see that it's above the surface, not above the bottom. The way I do that is I blend it. So I go from this to a blended, and it'll drop right down. Now made in Aspire that has a little ridge on it that we can save, Creator Toolpaths, and carves. Well, that's it. Hope you enjoyed watching the video. God bless. Bye-bye.